10 today, we have Howard Stern. Howard Stern is not holding anything back when it comes to his opinion on the Sussexes, especially when it comes to Prince Harry. When the 68-year-old radio personality spoke out about Prince Harry and Meghan Markle's new Netflix docuseries, Harry and Meghan, during an episode of his Sirius XM show, he would say, "It's been painful. I wouldn't stay with it, but my wife, Beth Stern, wants to watch it, so you know, we have shows we watch, but they come off like such whiny bees." Howard would then go on to say, "I gotta tell you, man, I just don't get it, and honestly, I think we're just as confused as Howard, as the whole film was just old stories they have said in every single interview with no proof to back up their claims." While Howard did feel bad for Harry because he did lose his mother, Princess Diana, at such a young age, he definitely is not a big fan on how Meghan and Harry have gone about to tell their story on how things all went wrong and why they have chosen to walk away from their royal duties. Stern would also go on to say, "When those two start whining about wah, they don't like me and she wants to be beloved in this country, but man, oh man, you know, it's just very weird to watch two people who keep screaming, we want our privacy, we wanted the press to leave us alone, and what is their special they put on Netflix showing you them and their kids and their life? It's like the Kardashians, except boring." Number 9, Piers Morgan. Piers Morgan has made his feelings very clear on Prince Harry's latest tell-all interviews, calling them delusional, paranoid, and pathetic. This would come after Harry spoke with ITV, Tom Bradby, and CNN's Anderson Cooper on Sunday night about the revelations in his new autobiography, Spare. The book, officially launched on Tuesday, would reveal a number of revelations, like the time William and Harry had a confrontation over Meghan, and William pushed Harry to the ground. When Harry sat down with ITV on Sunday after the interview, Piers was definitely not impressed, and he would head to Twitter to say, "Never seen an unhappier happy man in my life. Prince Harry's bitter, delusional, paranoid, family trashing, half-wit exposing and exploiting the royals' most personal secrets for gazillions, while it's wanging on with jaw-dropping hypocrisy about media intrusion. He's pathetic." With Harry speaking to Bradby about his current relationship with the royal family in his upcoming book release, when he was asked whether he was looking back too much, Harry would say, "We always knew that these two projects, both the Netflix documentary and the book, one being our story and one very much being my story, they were look-back projects, and I'm sure once Piers finishes reading his book, he's only gonna have a lot more to say about Harry's story." Hey my little peaches, are you liking this video so far? If so, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. Coming at number 8, we have Dan Wootton. Dan Wootton has had enough of Harry's deranged campaign against media devils in the royals, as he believed Harry is trying to destroy Charles, Camilla, and William over leaks and briefings. In a column posted to the Daily Mail, Dan would say that the fairy tale goes that this selfish couple were forced to smash relations with the British royal relatives and flee the country because of a vicious briefing campaign launched against them, even seeing the press conspire with the institution and senior members of the royal family to drive out such a popular pair, and that the narrative was actually really deranged. Dan would also go on to note that the story was invented and designed by sniveling Harry and fake Meghan to avoid taking any of their own behavior, including credible claims of bullying against staff by the American diva. At the end of the article, Dan would then note that enough is enough, and it's time for the woke media to stop giving the Duke of Sussex an easy ride and realize that the damage he is causing to democracy with his falsehoods, distortion, and deranged attacks designed to cause further damage to freedom of the press in Britain. Number 7, Candace Owens. Candace Owens has finally entered the chat, and it was kind of shocking to see what she had to say about the revelations in Prince Harry's new memoir, Spare. The controversial political commentator decided to weigh in on Harry's new memoir, in which the Duke of Sussex has made some major bombshell remarks about the tension between him and the British royal family. On Sunday, after Harry's interview with ITV, Candace would head to her Instagram account to say, "Meghan putting pregnancy tests next to locks of Prince Diana's hair, plus asking for private moments at Diana's gravesite to speak to her, are not things to laugh at. Instead of laughing laughing, Candace would call Meghan's behavior terrifyingly psychopathic and manipulative actions. Candace would then go on to conclude that Meghan is dangerous before noting through a hashtag that the Duke of Sussex has gone mad. Candace was referring to Harry's claim in the book that he and his brother Prince William each have a lock of their mother's hair, which is cut from her head by her sister shortly after her passing. Number 6. Jason Williamson. Jason Williamson has gone the extra mile when it came to showing his dislike of Prince Harry when he wrote a scathing open letter that was published in Britain's most left-wing newspaper. When Jason decided to vent after learning that Harry was due to visit Nottingham, hometown, alongside of Meghan Markle for their first joint official engagement, the pair headed to the city to witness various charity initiatives in action. But it seems fair to say that Williamson wasn't feeling particularly charitable in his response. The outspoken frontman described Harry's engagement to Meghan in The Guardian as being heinously over-publicized and continued to bring up dark tendencies of Harry's ancestors and referred to him and his family as both being psychopaths and monsters. He would then conclude, "We are apologists, never-ending apologists, who will gush at Harry's perceived interest in the youth program he is currently involved with in the St. Anne's area. He doesn't give a toss about those people. This only serves to strengthen his family's position as relevant and merciful." He would then proceed to say, "Go home, Rambo. Nottingham doesn't need you." Number 5. Christy Allsop. Location presenter Christy Allsop took to Twitter on Sunday to slam both Prince Harry and Meghan Markle. Following Harry's latest interview with ITV, the Duke of Sussex defended his explosive new memoir, Spare, during a talk with presenter Tom Bradby at his California home. After watching the interview, Christy would be left feeling entirely unimpressed with how Prince Harry came across and questioned his true intentions behind releasing the book. And she would say, "So they're in bed with the devil, but Harry's just chatting to Tom Bradby on primetime ITV for what?" Soon after her first initial tweet, she would then tweet, "What work? Your book? This interview? It isn't about service or charity. This is about you. Sick." And let's be honest, Harry and Meghan have briefed again. Number 4. Sharon Osbourne. Talk TV host Sharon Osbourne and her panel discussed clips from the Duke of Sussex explosive television interviews, which were broadcasted on CBS and ITV on Sunday. During the debate, Sharon noted that Prince Harry and Meghan Markle's young children will grow up with no family on either parent's side. The 70-year-old then branded the situation as being ugly and very sad. During Tuesday's installment of her Talk TV show, Sharon claimed that the younger generation still supports Harry and Meghan's decision to start a new life in California. However, she added, older generations have definitely had it up to here with all the whining, and it's definitely just younger kids that still support them. She would then also remind the panel how all families argue and tell views, as it's normal to row with loved ones. Which is the truth. I have 5 siblings, and I know times get tough, but I would never air out our rows for the whole world to see, because that just seems a little bit childish, especially when you're trying to claim you want your family back in your life. Sharon would then note that the children will now be forced to grow up with no family, and it's just a terrible thing for any child to go through. Number 3. Kathy Griffin. Kathy Griffin was not impressed by how Prince Harry and Meghan Markle met, and even compared the royal to the controversial actor Armie Hammer. Kathy went on to say, "They met on freaking Instagram. Prince Harry was flipping through his Instagram, looking at hot brunettes like every other guy in LA. I'm disappointed. I thought it was going to be a great love story. Prince Harry is like Armie freaking Hammer. What if Prince Harry's the new House of Hammer?" With Armie recently being accused of sending some woman some pretty disturbing DMs, Kathy would go on to tease that her favorite thing would be comparing Harry to the disgraced actor, and she was seemingly only referring to the way he met Meghan and not the disturbing allegations that were made about Armie. Kathy would also go on to note that Meghan and Harry both keep acting like they can do so much good for the world, which is great and inspirational, but when's the last time a royal did anything that helped the world? And I'm honestly stumped when it comes to answering that question, but if you can answer it, let us know in the comments below. Number 2. Bethany Frankel. Bethany Frankel, an outspoken critic of Prince Harry and Meghan, explained why she is so obsessed with the Duke and Duchess of Sussex by saying it was because of a greater meaning. Bethany would go on to explain that she feels Harry's bombshell memoir, Spare, in which he drags his royal family members, did more harm than good for him and his wife. Bethany would go on to say, to scorch the earth and burn the bridges and handle a situation in such reckless, outrageous manner doesn't achieve the results, the royal family is more popular than they were before you started the circus. Bethany would then go on to suggest that even if Harry was trying to highlight greater issues like racism and mental health struggles, he failed to make real change because the public is too focused on the drama of all of it. By saying the focus is on this whole massive charade versus the actual issues, versus anyone talking about actual racism in society as it pertains to this matter, or the mental health of it, of the sibling rivalry, or the relentlessness of the paparazzi, and in life and business. I've learned that you don't take every single opportunity to scorch and torch the joint. While Bethany would then go on to slam the prince, she would also offer some sound advice when she said, "You might be able to get further by playing chess and not checkers. While I've worked with many different people in my career, there have been issues that I would like to change. Instead of scorching the earth because I was scorned, I handled them professionally, and this is so much more important because this is about someone's family." And coming in at number 1 today, we have Paul Burrell. Paul Burrell hit back at the criticism from Prince Harry by saying he doesn't recognize the young man he sees today. In Harry's controversial memoir Spare, the Duke of Sussex said Diana's former butler was milking her, passing for money when he publicized his 2001 book, A Royal Duty, which contained a raft of private revelations. But appearing on Australian breakfast show Sunrise, Paul would say, "I first met him in his mummy's tummy. I don't recognize the young man I see today. That's not the boy I knew. What I see now is an angry, petulant, privileged prince who is consistently blaming other people and not taking accountability for his own part." Speaking from his home in Florida, Paul would then go on to know that the Duke has changed fundamentally and that his mother would be appalled. She would be angry at these personal, vindictive revelations, which don't just undermine Harry but his country, his family, and the institution, which his mother was very proud of, and his late grandmother's legacy. Paul then went on to blame Harry's wife Meghan for the Duke's vindictive behavior, claiming she was the one driving him behind the scenes.
At number 10 is Trisha Paytas. Paytas, also known for her YouTube handle Blonde Sundoll for MJ, has been on the YouTube platform for 16 years, making appearances on Celebrity Big Brother and in multiple films, as well as being in the adult entertainment industry. Paytas is widely known for her chaotic and messy videos, at one point identifying as a chicken nugget and claiming her unborn child was the reincarnation of Queen Elizabeth. Paytas and Ballinger have a modest history, being described as friendly and having worked together in a few creative projects. As Colleen's past behavior came to light, it also came out that Ballinger had watched and made fun of Paytas' X-rated content with young fans. Although Paytas has taken a step back from addressing everything people say about her on the internet, she felt that this situation warranted comment, and the video she posted about it was a shift from her usual tone, prompting Twitter user Matt Martin on Twitter to write, "You know you've messed up big time when Trisha Paytas is the voice of calm and reason in the situation." In a YouTube video posted to Paytas' channel called Colleen Ballinger, she mentions that she had no idea about Ballinger's behavior and holds a very firm stance against speaking to anyone underage, platonic or otherwise, due to her own trauma of being taken advantage of when she was younger. Trish also says that if she had been aware, she would have never collaborated with her creatively or pursued a friendship. Trish goes on to say that although she believes people can grow from their past, Colleen had obviously not taken the correct steps to do so, as she failed to even acknowledge what she was growing from in her apology video. Trish's main point in the video was pertained to information brought to her from 2 of Colleen's former fans, who told her that Colleen often hosted watch parties with underage people to view Trish's X-rated content and sometimes sent unwanted images directly to fans. Not only was Colleen discussing inappropriate content with minors, she also did so through body shaming and ridiculing Trish, whom she considered a friend and was trusted by at the time. Trish felt the need to nip this in the bud quickly and seriously, as she does not condone such behavior, as it is a crime to share such content with minors. People on Twitter have been respecting Trish for being extremely steady and focused, understanding the heart of the matter, and explaining her feelings of betrayal quite eloquently. At number 9 is Howie Mandel. Mandel, the American Idol host and stand-up comedian, spoke out about Colleen in the most suitable way possible, a joke. He posted a video on TikTok with the caption, #sorry, #music, #singing. How more perfectly could we sum up the situation, truly. The TikTok pictured Howie with an acoustic guitar, beginning the video the same way Colleen did. "They told me not to say this, but nobody said not to sing this." And continues the video by singing his apology for posting a video of a prolapse on his TikTok, seemingly unknowingly, because in the song he claims to have not known what that is. Personally, I think Howie's apology was a lot more sincere, maybe because a sung-through apology would have been more appropriate for posting something kind of gross than manipulating young fans. At number 8 is Adam McIntyre. A pioneer in speaking out about Colleen Ballinger, former fan Adam McIntyre has served as a primary source to her exploitation and misconduct, and thus has developed quite a bit of newfound notoriety after coming forward with Colleen's past. After her bizarre apology, Adam took to YouTube, posting a video aptly named "Colleen Ballinger Responded," which she most certainly did. The description of the video parrots a tweet he posted a few days ago that read, "As much as Colleen discredited and made fun of me, I'm glad her video did one thing, show you all exactly the type of evil woman she is. That a lot of us have experienced over the past few years behind the scenes, the mask has slipped, everyone meet the real Colleen Ballinger." The video posted is a recording of a live stream as Adam says he couldn't stand watching Colleen call him a liar alone and would rather do it with his family of viewers. In this live stream he voices his disbelief of what the apology exactly was. He is obviously torn up about the fact that she couldn't even give him and other fans that were mistreated by her a private apology, even after revealing that he told her he'd stop talking publicly about the controversy if he were to receive one, or even the favor of respecting their concerns. Instead, Ballinger decided to completely refuse to respond to anything that was said, which left Adam visibly and unsurprisingly stunned throughout the live stream. Coming in at number 7 is Jeffree Star. The beauty guru, YouTube vlogger, and former singer's past is absolutely not scot-free. In fact, his entire career up to this point barely leans towards a successful makeup brand, but instead has been built upon controversies of being ableist, racist, alongside his own allegations of assault. And these instances barely scratch the surface of what Star has been capable of doing in his 16-year career. But I guess this gives him jurisdiction to call out Colleen's behavior because he sure is well versed in being problematic. On a TikTok livestream with fellow YouTubers Rich Lux and Eugenia Cooney, he discussed Ballinger's presence online. Although he says he doesn't read drama online anymore, he felt the need to say that he never met her, never followed her, and never gave a damn about her. He added that he is horrified and shocked by the things he's seen about her, mentioning that she is a sick person, reiterating again that he is not a fan. Nothing we haven't already heard, but I'm glad we now have Jeffree's take on the situation. At number 6 we have H3H3's own Ethan Klein. The podcast host, clothing brand entrepreneur, and YouTube vlogger offered a snide comparison between Colleen and another nefarious YouTuber. Although Klein just went public with his decision to go on a 3-week hiatus, which some have speculated to be the reason why Colleen decided to post her apology when she did, he couldn't help himself from saying something. So I guess her effort not to receive his reaction was in vain. In a quote tweet replying to Pop Crave, which is Colleen's now infamous quote, "The only thing I've ever groomed is my 2 Persian cats," which is in context to the grooming allegations, a really stupid joke, Ethan replied with a picture of the already cancelled YouTuber Shane Dawson and his cat Cheeto. The Shane Dawson cat situation was one that takes Colleen's quote pretty literally, and I won't get into specifics, but Shane sure did in a 2015 podcast where he reveals that he did some pretty messed up stuff to his cat when he was 19. The audio from the podcast resurfaced a few years later, which caused people to, unsurprisingly, start questioning Shane about his past actions, to which he replied with a 4-part Twitter thread disputing that his words were simply a joke. In our number 5 spot we have YouTuber and musician Emma Blackery. Blackery took the YouTube trending page by storm in 2013 when she released her ukulele track entitled My Thoughts on Google+, with a pretty catchy tune alongside a state of mind most people agreed with after Google bought and changed the YouTube interface for the worse. Blackery took the opportunity of seeing her fellow YouTuber partake in a ukulele rant, but one which was far less well received or agreed with than her own. In Emma's comparison to Ballinger's, she writes on Twitter, "Can't all nail it, I guess." And I haven't heard from Emma in years, and seeing her grace my Twitter timeline with a banger like this was absolutely lovely. Her new single, Cry to Your Mother, is out now, and you can stream it on any streaming service. Coming in at number 4 is Curtis Connor, the stand-up comic and YouTuber best known for his movie reviews and commentary videos, sent out a tweet the other day that read, "Damn, I predicted the Colleen Ballinger apology video 3 years ago," alongside a video of a sketch where someone responds to a video entitled "Please Forgive Me," where the person apologizing begins by saying sorry, but then whips out a sweet electric guitar. It's crazy how art mirrors reality. It really raises the bizarreness levels of Colleen's apology when you read it through the lens of what someone thought to be a satire of an apology. Something that no one should ever do, but I think that saying Colleen Ballinger made a satire of herself and her career is pretty reasonable given the situation. This isn't the only mention Curtis decided to make about Colleen. On an episode of his podcast, Very Really Good, he mentioned that he had a commentary video script written about Colleen Ballinger and Miranda Sings and her strange and inappropriate content. Unfortunately, this video was scrapped soon after it was conceived since Colleen caught wind of it and shut it down. It's rumored that she did this in order to maintain her reputation and popularity as she was on tour at the time and still viewed in a pretty positive light. I hope that Curtis decides to post a video about Colleen now, however, since the new information brought to light would be entertaining with a Connor spin on it. At number 3 is a tweet from YouTuber Eddie Burback. Known for his commentary videos and Rainforest Cafe reviews, Eddie Burback decided to take to Twitter to air a few thoughts on Colleen's behavior. The man says in response to the apology, "I can't stop thinking about the fact that she had to sit down and make the apology rhyme," which is in context to the fact that her apology was almost spoken word poetry with a backing track. The fact that Colleen, instead of, addressing her allegations promptly and seriously, or perhaps sending private apologies to the fans that spoke out against her, decided to run with some Dr. Seuss mischief. Eddie also tweeted that the next YouTuber to do something awful should play the trombone to top this, which, listen, at this point, celebrity apology videos are becoming a bit boring and mundane. I think soon, YouTubers may have to start one-upping each other in order to get views, with things like talent instead of tears. Our runner-up is Colleen Ballinger's ex-husband husband Joshua Evans. Lead vocalist of the band The Cat's Pajamas and YouTube personality, Josh Evans was married to Ballinger from 2015 to 2016. Within that year, the duo posted many videos together, including one called My Wife Put Her Hand Down My Pants, which is pretty self-explanatory. The video depicts Ballinger supposedly putting his hand down his pants while he tells her to stop and is visibly uncomfortable. The situation is incredibly disconcerting considering the allegations that have just come to light. Josh has come forward with other issues in their relationship and Colleen's blatant lack of respect for his consent, and Ballinger herself admitted to making her ex-husband uncomfortable, including touching his butt simply because he doesn't want her to. Josh offered a first-hand experience of who Colleen truly is after the backlash in her subsequent anti-apology, tweeting, "This behavior was my reality anytime I spoke up and disagreed with her actions and rhetoric during 2009 to 2016. I was gaslit too. I was made to feel like I was always the problem. Any pain I felt was an inconvenience and was belittled. Every ounce of what you're feeling, I understand." I'm really glad he's decided to come forward with this and feel as though he does not have to keep this a secret any longer. And coming in at our #1 spot is Mr. Beast, the most popular creator on the YouTube platform, creating videos that center wacky challenges while flaunting and curing blindness, has unsurprisingly offered his insight towards the disgraced Colleen Ballinger. Although the two have never met, he felt it was needed for him to come public with his opinion of the comedian, as the two both cater to a younger audience. Beast says that Colleen and her channel had always been filled with toxic content that was not suitable for children, as it was simply bogging down the minds of the youth. He followed this up by saying that his content was on an entirely different side of the spectrum than his own, as his videos didn't feature subliminally adult themes and messaging and instead just focused on lighthearted topics, extravagance, and pure entertainment.
Number 10. Wendy Williams. Wendy Williams has been pretty public about her thoughts on Hailey and the Baldwin family over the years, and she isn't afraid to slam them on her show. When Hailey and Justin got engaged in July 2018, Wendy seemed to have very strong opinions on the whole thing, even claiming right off the bat how she doesn't think it will last, saying at the time, "I don't think this marriage will last. Look, right after the honeymoon, he's doing a drive-by at Selena's." She went on to say to her audience, "I think the Baldwins look at Bieber as a cash cow. I think Stephen Baldwin, Hailey's father, likes to be more relevant again to young people in pop culture, and Bieber is a quick way to do that. I don't believe this marriage will last." This isn't the first time Wendy has bashed the relationship though. Just 3 days before the couple got engaged, Wendy said in her show that Hailey only has Justin's attention until Selena comes back into the picture. She also commented on Hailey's engagement ring, speculating that Justin most likely had this ring for a while, and that he was planning on maybe giving it to Selena. Not only that, but she also applauded Kylie Jenner and said she upstaged the bride, referring to Kylie's look at Hailey and Justin's wedding. At the end of the day, it just looks like she's really not a fan of the model. Number 9. Manny MUA. Manny is a makeup artist, YouTuber, and beauty blogger who has a pretty large following on TikTok. He recently came up with a video looking to poke fun at Hailey's extremely low-key makeup tutorials. He posted a video where he appears to put on barely any concealer, then continuing to do some lip liner with gloss before completing the look. Fans love this joke made towards Hailey and calling her out for her makeup tutorials, which are clearly specific to having flawless skin. One user wrote, "You can all hate Hailey and all or not respect her, but you have to agree she has amazing skin." But others weren't so sure, thinking that this Hailey call-out was a form of bullying. One fan wrote, "Sad all these influencers are taking the mick out of Hailey. How can all these people bully her, but if she does a video, it's the end of the world." Number 8. Chicks. Chicks is a TikTok account with 2.8 million followers, and they have really not held back from sharing their feelings on Hailey. The account posted a clip where one woman starts off by saying, "I've hated Hailey Bieber for a very long time. Everyone just hypes her up all the time, but I've always seen the mean girl in her." She continued by saying, "And I know it sounds like I'm just saying that now, but I've been saying it." Her co-host admitted to feeling a similar way, saying she does give off that energy, where she's like, "I'm better." Fans have been divided as to how they feel about these comments towards the model. One wrote, "How can you hate someone you don't even know?" Another added by saying, "Stop, enough, these are human beings and you guys aren't helping." For now, it's unconfirmed if Hailey has seen the video, but regardless, I doubt she will be invited on their TikTok after that. Number 7. Money Long. The American singer-songwriter Priscilla Hamilton, professionally known as Money Long, is yet another celebrity who has taken to social media to show her support of Selena Gomez, but definitely in a more subtle way. Not too long ago, Money shared a video on TikTok where she is singing along to Selena's song Who Says. She then put a few hearts and wrote Selena. Money actually has a past relationship with Selena after being one of the composers on her song Who Says. Fans came right to the comments with one writing, "We are really all team Selena." Another fan added, "I love that you said nothing but also so much in this video. We love nice, kind, and supporting women." Hopefully Hailey doesn't want to have a future singing career, because I don't think Money Long will be willing to help out with that one. Number 6. Kourtney Kardashian. With the drama between Hailey and Selena stemming from an eyebrow photo from Kylie looking to mock Selena, you would think Kourtney would stand with her sister. But it looks like she is really all for Selena, making her opinions known subtly on TikTok. Fans began forming their feelings after Kourtney's wellness brand's TikTok page plugged Irish sea moss drops with the song The Heart Wants What It Wants by Selena. One fan wrote, "She knew what she was doing picking this song, so she's not Team Kylie." With another adding, "Kourtney is Team Selena, they're so unbothered, I love it." Reportedly, Kourtney as well as Kim Kardashian are a lot closer to Selena than people seem to know. Selena's little sister Gracie is reportedly pretty close to Kourtney and Kim's daughters Penelope and North. Many fans were surprised to learn this connection, with one user tweeting, "Even Hailey Bieber didn't see this one coming. Penelope and Gracie are friends, so they have been cool for the longest time. Kourt is drama-free. Kourt is the high school friend who's a friend to all." Number 5. Zayn Malik. With Zayn and Selena reportedly hanging out much more, it's pretty easy to assume that he's with Selena on this one. The initial start being when he unfollowed Hailey in the midst of the feud, only to begin following Selena. Looks like the two went on to make things a little more public after a video emerged where a TikTok user claimed to see the couple on a date. Allegedly looking pretty cozy, the user admits to viewers the two went on a date to a restaurant in New York City and were seen kissing. Though this is all rumored for now, an inside source reportedly told Entertainment Tonight that the initial date involved hand-holding, kissing, and revealing that the two were obviously very comfortable with each other. Of course, this is all pretty new news. Neither Zayn or Selena have confirmed or denied these rumors, but fans are hopeful. It does appear that things have been heating up between the stars after even more recently, Selena was spotted having dinner with Zayn's assistant. According to the press, the two are walking side by side after leaving Nobu together. Bella Hadid even did a surprising online move, which seemed to confirm the accusations even further. Bella liked to post on Instagram which was about Zayn's mother following Selena on Instagram. Though she has never said anything publicly bad about Hailey, I think it's clear who he supports in this Team Selena, Team Hailey drama. As these allegations continue to surface, it looks like Zayn is all for Selena, and with the recent feud with Hailey, I can't imagine he'll be pushing for any collaborations anytime soon. Number 4. Kourtney and Phoebe. Hailey found herself in some hot water after being accused of trademark infringement over her brand Rhode. She was sued by the founders of her fashion label Rhode NYC, Phoebe and Kourtney. In legal documents which were obtained by TMZ, the founders claim the company's names are way too similar and it's causing confusion amongst their customers. At the time, their lawyers came out with a statement saying, "Last week, Miss Bieber launched a beauty skincare line using the same exact brand as Rhode." The statement continues by saying, "She did this despite knowing of Rhode and its prior rights. Miss Bieber tried to buy the Rhode mark from Rhode a year ago." The founders also issued a joint statement which read, "We're two women entrepreneurs who met in college, built the Rhode brand, and put years of hard work into our minority co-owned business." They continued by saying, "Today we are forced to file the lawsuit against Hailey Bieber and her new skincare line that launched last week that is using the brand Rhode. We had to in order to protect our business." It is revealed though that Hailey owns the trademark for skincare and they hold it for fashion, so it looks like she's in the clear, which is definitely not good for the fashion brands. Number 3. Alessandro. Alessandro is a TikToker who has shown his love for Selena in the past on his platform, even interviewing the star and asking her what her favorite underrated product from her brand Rare Beauty is. He then went out to buy the product and gave it some amazing reviews to his followers. He then went on to test Hailey's skincare line Rhode, which he used the product for 60 days before sharing his honest reviews. He compliments Hailey's natural skin, explaining how he isn't totally sure if she actually uses these products herself. He explains that even though he finds her line relatively affordable, there's cheaper options out there. The only thing he really called out the model for was her lip product completely drying out your lips. He has called her out for various other videos since, calling her out for doing a makeup tutorial where she has nothing actually on her brush. Seems like Alessandro might have some mixed reviews on Hailey, but he isn't afraid to share them. Number 2. Camila Cabello. Selena Gomez and Camila Cabello have been friends for a while now, with Camila even sharing how she found a super empathetic and supportive friend in Selena. The former Fifth Harmony singer has made no secret how the media comments on your body have affected her. Selena of course is no stranger to how harsh media can be, and the two became very supportive of each other. She has revealed how they have come to support and rely on each other when dealing with negativity on their end as well as their mental health. Camila told People, "She is somebody that's always been so supportive, a really great friend and person with great values. She's super empathetic, loyal, and honest." She added by saying, "We have our little group and we hang out and all of our conversations are real." She even explained how much she loves Selena's vulnerability, saying, "I feel like she's never pretending and I don't feel like I have to pretend around her." With all her love and support of Selena, you can imagine she probably doesn't feel great about Hailey appearing to publicly shade her friend. To make matters worse, Camila's ex-boyfriend, who's reportedly had a pretty close relationship with the model, scandal. So when Camila and Sean bumped into Justin and Hailey at the 2021 Met Gala, you can imagine it would be pretty awkward. The moment was caught on camera and shared across social media, with most users calling the interaction very cringy. They give brief hugs, then the two boys bro out a bit, and you can feel the tension through the screen. And although she has never really said much about Hailey, she quickly appeared to unfollow her when the drama came out, looking like more things are most likely to be said behind closed doors about this one. And lastly, number 1, we have Dr. Daniel Barrett. The Beverly Hills plastic surgeon Daniel Barrett blew up on TikTok after posting a viral video accusing Hailey Bieber of having work done on her face. After the video popped up, Daniel found himself in some hot water and was hit with a cease and desist letter from the couple's lawyers. The lawyers claimed he was using Hailey's name, image, likeness without her prior permission in order to advertise his own practice. They accused the doctor of spreading false claims that Hailey had undergone plastic surgery. Hailey and Justin were also accused the doctor of using copyrighted protected lyrics from Justin Bieber's song in the video. In the video, it shows two photos of Hailey years apart, and Daniel says, "Pay close attention to the nose. What do you think? I think it's physically impossible without getting a little bit of help from someone like myself to get from this picture to that picture." In a statement to E! News, the doctor said, "The purpose of my TikTok is to increase the transparency of plastic surgery and to educate people." He went on to say, "The purpose of my video was to share my opinion on the procedures that I believe that she may have had done based on photos alone." TikTok users came to the support of the doctor, with one saying, "Saw the TMZ post and I want to say I stand by you. And I think it's BS, they want to sue you. They're probably mad because it's true." Another added, "Good for you, Daniel. So glad you didn't take the video down. You did nothing wrong." Many fans think Hailey's reaction was a bit dramatic though, considering many plastic surgeons have shared their opinions in the past and on what they believe other celebrities have done.
Starting off our list today in the number 10 spot, we have Miley Cyrus. Miley Cyrus has finally broken her silence on Hailey Bieber in her unhealthy obsession with Selena Gomez. And with it, she's pretty much explained why she's never trusted Hailey even though they've been friends since childhood. It seems like Miley has finally had enough of Hailey making fun of her best friend Selena, and she is exposing Hailey for how awful she really is. In an interview, Miley would note that she just can't stand the victimizing anymore and all the stories that are coming with it. Miley has wasted no time when it comes to blasting Hailey and her friend Kendall Jenner, to the point when Miley ran into Kendall backstage of a Versace fashion show, she got into a confrontation with Kendall, and the confrontation reportedly got so heated that Kendall began to cry hysterically, and some eyewitnesses also claim that Miley told Kendall to tell both Hailey and Kylie to get ready because she was coming for them too. And if I were them, I'd probably be running for the hills right now, because to be on Miley's bad side right now is actually such a scary thought to think about. Number 9. Taylor Swift. I think we can all agree that we adore Taylor Swift's and Selena Gomez's friendship, as through thick and thin, these girls are always with each other and they always have each other's back. With a lot of girls portraying both girls for clout, they have come to the conclusion that they only have each other, and at the end of the day, that's why we see them always standing up for each other. And one quick move, it appears as Taylor Swift is finally unfollowing Hailey on Instagram because of all the things happening. With both Taylor and Selena not taking any of the diss videos so seriously, we all know they're contacting each other and talking about how these girls are all acting ridiculous. And with it, Taylor has come out to slam Hailey for fat shaming Selena Gomez by pointing out that Hailey is just insecure about Selena and Justin's relationship, and that's why she's acting out with such a mean girl persona. Number 8. Selena Gomez. Despite Selena dealing with unnecessary commentary about her body, despite her fluctuating weight because of it being a byproduct of her ongoing battle with lupus, when Hailey decided to throw the white flag away and diss Selena Gomez one last time by uploading a TikTok video of herself lip syncing along with her friends to an audio clip of someone saying, "I'm not saying she deserved it, but God's timing is always right." Fans were quick to assume that the shady post was about Selena being body shamed for a bikini pic that made headlines around the same time. And when Hailey went on to delete the video, just proved that all of our speculation was right. When fans started to beg Selena to tell the star off and her friends for bullying her, Selena commented back by saying it was okay because she didn't let these sort of things get to her and get her down, before telling everyone they just needed to be nice to everyone. And then even after telling Hailey off, Hailey still went on to beg Selena to ask her friends and her fans to stop bullying her, and it proves that Selena is the type of person who will always take the high road, even when she's treated wrongly. Hey my little peaches, are you liking this video so far? If so, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. Coming at number 7, we have Jeffree Star. With Jeffree Star being the king when it comes to inputting himself in any celebrity drama, it was only a matter of time before we saw him take to his social media to spill his thoughts on where he stood when it came to Selena and Hailey's feud. And let me tell you, he definitely didn't disappoint us when he came out to throw some major shade Hailey's way. Jeffree definitely came out in full force to announce he was a Selena fan, and in the process, he decided to drag Hailey's skincare brand through the mud after he straight up threw the skincare products in a bin after he received the package following Paris Fashion Week. He then ate and left no breadcrumbs after he went on to say that there was no bullying allowed in his home when he went on to call Hailey Bieber a nepto baby who uses daddy's money. But he definitely forgot that her daddy no longer has money as he filed for bankruptcy and one of his houses foreclosed. So it means she's just using Justin Bieber's money. Number 6. Pia Mia. Pia Mia was one of the first celebrities within the Kardashian-Jenner circle to show her support towards Selena Gomez. Although she hasn't addressed the situation openly, her makeup videos with Selena Gomez's music in the background would do all the talking for the star. When Pia posted a Snapchat story of her doing makeup in the background, a Selena Gomez song could be heard, and to make matters even more iconic, Pia also went on to post another makeup routine using Selena's version of Calm Down in the background. And with it, a lot of people started to point out that she was throwing some major shade Hailey Bieber's way, because Hailey Bieber previously posted on her Instagram story with the version Calm Down in the background without Selena's feature. Pia Mia then went on to post a song of her singing Taylor Swift's Bejeweled, and everyone kinda lost it, as Pia Mia actually used to be really good friends with both Hailey and Kylie, and then earlier this year Kylie kinda tossed her out of their group, and Pia took to her TikTok video to say, even if they're your friends and you're friends with someone for years, you actually think that friendship is real. The second they think you're not good enough, famous enough, or make enough money, you're cut from the group. Number 5, Jordyn Woods. Just after the whole Pia Mia saga, we were so invested into our screens trying to figure out what other celebrities part of the Kardashian-Jenner circle, or celebrities that used to be a part of their close circle, would come out to call Hailey out or throw some shade the star's way. And with it, we all saw Jordyn Woods enter into the chat, and when we did, we lost our mind. With the Kardashian family embarrassing Jordyn Woods to a T when they over-exaggerated on the whole Jordyn Woods hooking up with Tristan Thompson story, it honestly wasn't really surprising that Jordyn would come out to choose Selena's side during this messy feud. And when she came out to show her support by posting a Snapchat video where the Instagram influencer could be seen applying a lip liner and saying she loved it, that lip liner actually happened to be one of the products from Selena's cosmetic collection. Number 4, Justin Bieber. You would think because Justin is married to Hailey Bieber that he would be taking her side through all of this mess, but it seems like Justin is letting his wife dig herself out of her own hole, and with it a lot of rumors are trickling down the grapevine, and it seems like there's trouble in paradise as Justin is completely upset with Hailey's actions, especially after he begged the star not to be friends with Selena in the first place, you know, when they waved their white flag a couple months ago, as he knew something like this was going to happen. And with Justin's sisters and mother also seemingly taking Selena's side, it makes you wonder what kind of conversations the family is going to have during Easter dinner, or if Hailey is going to be invited to the Bieber family outings going forward. What makes things even more interesting is that apparently Justin even sent Selena flowers back in 2022 for the SAG Awards, and after that, this is when we saw Hailey start to post sneak diss videos, and we only just realized after the Jenner sisters jumped into all of the fun. Oh, to be a fly on the wall in the family Bieber group chat. Number 3, Lady Gaga. Leave it to Lady Gaga to prove that she's just as beautiful on the inside as she is on the outside. With Lady Gaga being one of many celebrities that has come out to support Selena Gomez in her TikTok video where Selena showed that she accidentally over-laminated her eyebrows, when Selena went on to compare herself to Bella Hadid, saying she wished she was as beautiful as the model, just in the height of Hailey Bieber and Kylie Jenner making fun of the model by posting photos of their eyebrows, just as Selena was pleading for everyone to stay kind before she deleted deleted her social media accounts to take a break, Lady Gaga would jump into the drama by choosing Selena's side, and in the process she would even show the singer her love and support by telling Selena, "You look and you are beautiful inside and out and one of my favorite ladies alive." And just like that, it would remind Selena that she can't help the fact that she was born this way and that she deserves nothing but happiness, love, and support. Number 2, Jennifer Stone. It's not really shocking to see Jennifer Stone come out to support Selena through all of this mess, as let's face it, they were on Wizards of Waverly Place together, and in the show Jennifer played Selena's best friend, and with her support it would go on to show that Harper and Alex were just as good friends on the show as Selena and Jennifer are good friends off the show. And in a 6-second TikTok video posted to Jennifer's account, Jennifer would lip sync over an audio that was originally said by actress Jamie Lee Curtis telling people to keep their mouths shut. In the video we would see Jennifer lip sync over Jamie's words when she said, "People should shut the F up, back the F off, and let this woman shine her light." And if the post couldn't get any more iconic, Jennifer even went on to caption her post by saying, "When people try to mess with my people," and it included various hashtags like hashtag back off. So think about that next time you want to mess with one of Jennifer Stone's friends. And coming in at number 1 today, we have Patty, aka Justin's mom. So when Patty, aka Justin's mom, entered into all of the drama, let me tell you, her input has been a bit murky at best, but it's clear that out of everyone's side, she is clearly supporting Selena Gomez's. And in the process, it probably has Hailey Bieber icing her burn. So when fans started calling out Justin's mom for apparently liking and unliking a tweet from Popbase, where in it Selena would announce that she would be taking a break from her TikTok account after the whole eyebrow and Hailey Bieber situation, Patty would then head over to her Twitter account to say, "Hate is ugly, don't be ugly." And she did it without any context or tags, but if you take my opinion, I genuinely believe out of all this takeaway, she was supporting her son's long-term ex. And maybe that's because she believes Justin always should have ended up with her, but who knows, right?
Number 10, Britney Spears. After appearing on Carpool Karaoke with James Corden, Britney confessed that it was not as fun as it seemed. In fact, she claimed that it was extremely awkward. Apparently, James was being manipulative towards her because she specifically asked him not to play Hit Me Baby One More Time, which he ended up doing multiple times. He even wore a costume that was exactly like the one from the music video. Of course, Britney did her best to play along, but it turns out that she was a little uncomfortable with everything that was happening in the car. While speaking to a radio station about the experience, she said, "It was a little awkward, like driving by grocery stores. People walk by and there are like 18 cameras around us. This is just so awkward." Carpool Karaoke was one of the most popular segments of the show, but James ended up getting a lot of backlash when people found out that he wasn't actually driving. In January of 2020, one fan spotted him filming an episode with Justin Bieber, and he posted the video to Twitter. Rather than being on the road, James's black SUV was being towed by a tow truck and he was pretending to drive it. This called the whole show into question. The fact that it might have been staged made it seem artificial, and it took a lot of the fun out of it. Number 9, Patrick Stewart. A clip from the 2010 Glamour Awards has resurfaced recently, and it shows Patrick Stewart obliterating James Corden on stage. It's the definition of public humiliation. The two of them were presenting an award together when Stewart suddenly decided to call him out for his disinterested attitude towards the ceremony. He said, "When the presenters are up here and when the recipients are receiving their awards, don't stand at the back of the stage with your hands in your pockets, looking around as though you wished you were anywhere but here." At that moment, James was super caught off guard, and so was everyone else in the audience. He was obviously embarrassed, and so he shot back with a remark. He said, "If I looked like that, I'm so sorry, but when you come up and present an award, just effing get on with it." Both of them should have moved on from there, but it somehow got even cringier when Stewart decided to make fun of Corden's weight. He said, "From where I was sitting, I can see your belly, and that was over there at the back of the room." The spat continued back and forth for a few minutes, but it was just so uncomfortable to watch, it felt more like hours. Number 8, Bill Maher. This late night feud started in 2019 when Bill used a segment of his show to discuss high obesity rates in the US. He felt that the solution was to bring back fat shaming because in his opinion, shame is the first step in reform. A few days later, James hit back at his remarks on the Late Late Show. He said, "So I was sat at home and I'm watching this and all I could think of was like, oh man, someone needs to say something about this. If only there was someone with a platform who knew what it was actually like to be overweight. And then I realized, oh, that will be me." James reminded him that fat shaming was still alive and well and said there's a common and insulting insulting misconception that fat people are stupid and lazy, and they're not. After being called out, Bill went on the Joe Rogan podcast and doubled down on his comments about obesity being a health issue. He said, "You can't keep eating as much as you want and as much stuff as you want and expect us to cover the bill." He also felt that James had missed a great opportunity to literally save lives, and said that he took the easy way out by criticizing him instead of talking about solutions. Number 7. Ricky Gervais. On the surface, these two comedians have a lot in common. They both became famous on British TV shows in the 2000s, before jumping to movies, and eventually making their way to Hollywood. But instead of friendship, they actually had something that was closer to a nasty rivalry. This started when James played Ricky in a comedy sketch. In the years since, Ricky has publicly teased and criticized him on multiple occasions, at almost every opportunity. For example, after he bombed with the Weinstein jokes at a charity gala, Ricky went on Radio Andy and claimed that his jokes fell flat because he didn't do it well enough. Basically saying, if you're going to be offensive, you have to at least be funny. Then at the 2020 Golden Globes, Ricky slammed his appearance in the movie musical Cats, which is more than fair considering that it completely bombed at the box office. Most people found the CGI human cats a little sickening to look at, so it's no surprise that it performed so badly. In fact, critics have long accused James Corden of ruining every movie that he gets involved in. This list includes some major flops, like 2021's Cinderella, Lesbian Vampire Slayers, and the Emoji Movie. He also came under fire for exploiting gay stereotypes with his character in The Prom, so he might need to consider taking a break from acting as well. Number 6. Mel B. The Spice Girls singer labeled James Corden as one of the biggest D-heads in show business. She went on the Big Nasty show and was asked about the rudest celebrity that she's ever met. In response, she came up with a short list that included the host of The Late Late Show. Mel explained that the older she gets, the less tolerance she has for annoying people. She was then asked why she specifically named James Corden. She said, "I think you always have to be nice to the people that you work with, whether it be production, camera guys, sound, lighting, we all work for the same thing. So you should always be nice, and he hasn't been very nice." Around the time of this interview, other videos started circulating online. One of them was a video from 2016 when Jimmy Kimmel asked James to name 2 of the cameramen in the room. In response, he just starts laughing because it was obvious that he couldn't do it. The whole thing was pretty awkward to watch. But the craziest part is that it happened again 1 year later. During a Q&A segment with his audience, one of the crowd members asked James if he could once again name a cameraman, and he failed. Number 5. Keith McNally. Back in October, the owner of a high-end New York City restaurant called Balthazar made a viral Instagram post blasting James Corden for his horrible behavior towards staff. He called him a tiny cretin of a man and the worst customer to his servers since the restaurant opened 25 years ago. He claimed that in one instance, James demanded 2 free rounds of drinks for him and his friends after he presented a hair that was supposedly found on his food. He said, "Get us another round of drinks this second. Also, take care of all our drinks so far. This way I won't write any nasty reviews on Yelp." So he basically threatened to ruin the restaurant's reputation with his fame and influence. On another occasion, he is said to have flipped out when an egg yolk omelet that his wife had ordered was found to have a little egg white in it. He allegedly went ballistic. According to the owner, James was so awful that he felt compelled to out him publicly and ban him from the restaurant, something that is very rarely done in high-end establishments. Amidst a growing controversy, James eventually addressed the incident on The Late Late Show, but he never fully took responsibility for his behavior. Number 4. Rose McGowan. In 2017, during the dawn of the Me Too movement, James made a series of tasteless jokes about a certain disgraced film producer and notorious Hollywood creep. While presenting at a gala charity event, he brought up the scandal that had just come out that very same week. He said, "Tonight is such a beautiful night in LA. So beautiful, Harvey has already asked to night up to his hotel to give him a massage." At this point, you could already hear the loud groans from the audience, but James just kept on going. He said, "It has been a weird week this week, hasn't it? Watching Harvey in hot water? Ask any of the women who watched him take a bath." By the time James was finished with the joke, it was pretty clear that he failed to read the room. It was just way too early to be making fun of something like that. And 2 of the women who accused Harvey ended up calling him out on Twitter. Actress Asia Argentino wrote, "Shame on this pig and everyone who grunted with him." And Rose McGowan also came through with a similar criticism. It wasn't exactly subtle either. She called James a mother effing piglet, and he later apologized on Twitter, claiming that he was not trying to make light of the situation, but it didn't really win him back any fans. Number 3. Jack Allison. The TV writer who wrote for Jimmy Kimmel Live in the 2010s is also a member of the Writers Guild of America. In 2019, he told a shocking story on Twitter about the time that he went to a union meeting that James James Corden was also attending. He wrote, "I'd like to state once again for the record that I went to a WGA meeting for only late night writers, and James Corden showed up without any of his staffers to advocate for a lower pay grade for late night writers." Jack explained that he was trying to frame it positively, like we want to give writers' assistants a chance, so maybe there should be a lower pay grade for them. But once he read the allegations, James fired back on Twitter. He pretty much denied everything that was said about him and wrote, "I would never ever want to pay a writer less than they deserve. Never. I love every writer on my show, and all I ever wanted from that meeting was to explore whether talented people could get a better opportunity." In response, Jack Allison doubled down and claimed that what he said was accurate. As if that wasn't bad enough, James was later accused of being extremely rude to production staff while filming a game show called A League of Their Own. Number 2, Pierce Brosnan. While hosting The Late Late Show, James played Spill Your Guts or Feel Your Guts with Khloe Kardashian. He was asked to name a celebrity who was rude to him, and after a lot of hesitation, he finally admitted to having a not so pleasant run-in with Pierce Brosnan. The story goes that he was at a U2 concert with his wife and some friends. His group was seated next to Brosnan and his party, who left in the middle of the show. They had a pretty good spot near the runway where Bono would often be seen. At this point, James didn't think that Pierce would be back anytime soon, so he and his wife decided to move into that area closer to the stage. But he felt an arm grab his shoulder and aggressively push him out of the way. Apparently, the actor didn't acknowledge the interaction at all and just went back to enjoying the concert. When he finished telling the story, Khloe suggested that perhaps he was drunk, to which James responded by saying, "Well, maybe he's just a bit effing rude." That moment was definitely an interesting one because James rarely names and shames people on TV, but it's possible that this interaction upset him so much that he didn't mind putting the actor on blast. Either way, that's one guest he won't ever be getting on his show. And coming in at number 1, exposed on Reddit. In 2019, James wanted to surprise fans by making an appearance on Reddit's infamous Ask Me Anything thread, all to promote a special edition of his show. But the plan massively backfired when people started flooding the thread talking about all the horrible experiences that they've had meeting him in real life. In the end, James was only able to answer 3 questions before he dipped, probably because the truth was coming out about him and he was getting brutally roasted. One viral post said, "Hey James, you won't remember me, but me and my friends sat at a table next to you and Harry Styles, plus some others in Manchurian Legends in London's Chinatown about 6 years ago. We didn't bother you, but you were a massively entitled C-word who yelled and treated the waitstaff like crap. And when one of my party politely suggested you calm down, you got really aggressive and threatening." Now, if you thought that was bad, there was also another viral Reddit post made by a person who was traveling with James Corden on a London flight. Apparently, the entire plane witnessed his wife struggling to take care of their baby while James was sound asleep in the seat right next to her. In fact, he was so uninvolved that for a long time, people didn't even realize that they were together.
At number 10 is Bethany Frankel. The television personality, entrepreneur, and author has done her fair share of calling out the Kardashians' offbeat behavior. In September of 2022, she spoke out about the Kardashian-Jenner family's irresponsible and reckless use of photo editing on social media, calling it destructive. She added in an article with TMZ, "The more we see of these images, the more we think they're real. It becomes a false ideal, it's not inspirational, not aspirational, and it creates eating disorders, insecurity, and depression. It's a serious thing." Frankel also threw some shade at Kourtney Kardashian's sponsored wedding, ending with her taking Kim's side in the feud. In a TikTok, the Real Housewives of New York alum announced that she's on Team Kim amid the sisters' Dolce & Gabbana debacle. In the video she says, "So Kourtney's commercial, aka Wedding by Dolce & Gabbana, was sponsored. Everybody was dressed, the trip was paid for, Kris Jenner grabbed every lira off the ground she could grab. Then Kim ended up doing a campaign with Dolce that was oddly familiar. Although Kourtney is upset with Kim for partnering with the fashion house, just months after her own Dolce-themed wedding, Frankel argues that the Poosh founder wouldn't have been offered the opportunity without her younger sister saying, Kim was the one who laid the groundwork for all the Kardashians and the Jenners. She said, so she who makes the gold makes the rules. Dolce is gonna want Kim. She's the most famous Kardashian." She continued, "Private planes don't grow on trees. Kris is gonna grab all those nickels she can get and get all those deals. Don't hate the player, hate the game." At number 9 is Shayna Moakler, a model and celebrity Big Brother contestant better known for sharing her now ex-husband Travis Barker with Kourtney Kardashian. For some context, Shayna and Travis were married from 2004 to 2006 and share a 17-year-old son named Alabama and 19-year-old son Landon, and Shayna's 24-year-old daughter from a previous marriage, Atiana. All 3 of their kids are super close to Travis. It's no secret or shock that Shayna isn't a huge fan of the Kardashians, more specifically Kourtney, whom Travis married in 2022, having 3 kids of her own with him, Mason, Penelope, and Rain, all of whom now live as a blended family with her, Travis, and his children. Shayna claims that since their union, Kourtney has put a wedge in her relationship with her kids, and said that her family is broken because of the Kardashians. In an interview with TMZ, Shayna said, said, "My family's broken because of this family, and now my kids are alienated from each other because of another sister in this family." She continued by clarifying, "I don't care about Travis and Courtney in any capacity whatsoever. All I care about are my children, mending and healing my relationship with my children, and moving forward. I don't even think twice about them." At number 8 is Kim Kardashian. Sisterly love is oftentimes confusing. The two have been reported to get into fights so bad it left both of them bleeding, which isn't incredibly surprising for sisters, but maybe for sisters who are also adults. In more recent events, the sisters' new topic to fight about is their matching Dolce & Gabbana brand deals. Just 4 months after the brand hosted Kourtney's wedding in May of 2022, Kim decided to work with the designer joining the fashion show of theirs, which prompted Kourtney to accuse Kim of using her wedding as a business opportunity. Even if she was, obviously, this drama is a business opportunity. Do you think we're dumb? In last week's episode, Kourtney broke down in tears as she claimed Kim had chosen business over family and only sees dollar signs. She said, "This isn't even really about business for me. It's just like, this is my wedding. While we were at our wedding, Kim was having these conversations with Dolce and I didn't know about it." She continued saying, "I feel like there's such an abundance of opportunities. It's not about business. There's just so much and it takes precedence over hurting your sister. It's legit copying my wedding." Kim's rebuttal to this was saying, "Oh, she got so mad. She said, 'You're trying to copy me.' Kim recounts, "She always tries to hate on the side. She's such a hater," while also adding that Kourtney has copied her countless times, so she doesn't understand why this is such a big deal. Khloe Kardashian sided with Kim, who called Kourtney jealous and says that she needs to be left to pout in the corner. "I don't know where this is coming from, but it's okay. You let someone pout in the corner, you don't entertain it, and you move on because you don't get jealous of your family," she says. At number 7 is gynecologists. Gynecologists hate her. Now, not a celebrity, but probably the most important person speaking out about Kourtney on this list, Dr. Jen Gunter, a gynecologist and author, called out Kourtney Kardashian's recent vitamin grift and the conspiracy surrounding genital odor. For $30, you can receive a non-FDA approved vitamin C gum with empty claims. Gunter says, "Anyone who suggests that you aren't fresh or need to be improved is a misogynist and awful person." Maddie Dan, a 30-year-old UK doctor, also speaks about sexual health on TikTok, told BBC Newsbeat that she's worried that Lemme-Purr will trick consumers into thinking that it's entirely normal functions or problems. She added that there's no such thing as unclean feminine parts, and considering that they self-clean. At number 6 is Scott Disick. Kourtney's ex-husband, who she divorced amidst cheating rumors, is apparently not too happy with how Kourtney handled Father's Day this year. According to new reports, Disick was hurt by the Kardashians' pregnancy reveal over Father's Day weekend, even though he was informed of the pregnancy before the announcement was made. The Daily Mail reports that while Disick is over Kourtney, the fact that she didn't acknowledge him over Father's Day weekend, instead only hearing from her a pregnancy announcement, hurt him, unsurprisingly. But you know, finding out he was cheating probably didn't feel very nice for her. The Daily Mail reported that Scott has known for a minute that Kourtney was pregnant. He found out through her family, who didn't want him to be caught off guard. Although Scott is over Kourtney, it felt like a jab in the heart when Scott was with his kids yesterday and saw Kourtney's Father's Day post. To mention Travis and her dad but leave out the father of her own children was completely disrespectful. She knows what an amazing father he is to her kids, and she could have at least had an inkling of decency. He did not get a text message, phone call, or anything. At number 5 is Selena Gomez. Amidst the vague and unneeded drama between Hailey Bieber and Selena Gomez over a TikTok video where Hailey allegedly referenced the fact that Selena being body shamed was due to God's timing, as well as Selena posting a video saying that she accidentally laminated her brows too much. Hours later, Kylie posting a FaceTime screenshot with Hailey focusing on her brows with the caption, "This was an accident?" over her own eyebrows. This all caused the internet to refer to Hailey and Kylie as mean girls. Aren't we all adults? Why is this even happening right now? Anyway, Kourtney decided that it was her duty to choose a side in the mess, doing so through her new promo video for her latest product, where she used Selena's song "The Heart Wants What It Wants" behind a TikTok showing off the product. Whether or not the use of this song is purely a coincidence remains unknown, but fans think it meant that Kourtney had chosen to be on Team Selena in the feud with Kylie Jenner and Hailey. Eventually, the internet hate toward Hailey got so bad, including multiple threats against the model, causing Selena to release a message telling everybody to calm down. At number 4 is Corey Gamble. The internet personality and Kris Jenner's current boo has been part of the Kardashian-Jenner family since 2014. While his relationship with Kris seems to have been pretty stable over the past 6 years, he and the other Kardashian-Jenners have had quite dramatic spats. Recently, fans have noticed that Corey and Kylie seem particularly close, yet his relationship with Kourtney or the rest of the sisters isn't so strong. But it hasn't always been like that. Up until last year, Corey and Kourtney reportedly shared a friendship despite the arguments he had with her sisters. Kourtney and Corey famously fell out in 2019 after Corey and Scott Disick argued over how to discipline Kourtney's daughter Penelope. When Penelope scratched a nanny, Corey reacted by strongly suggesting that they spank her as punishment, saying that if Penelope were to scratch me, I'm whipping her, and later adding, "Give her a spanking for sure." The whole thing turned into a huge argument in a public restaurant, with Kourtney finally saying, "He will never be with my kids alone, and if he does it in front of any of us, there will be an issue." At number 3 is Kris Jenner. Kourtney's safe from no one's opinions, especially not her mother's. Kris took a brutal jab at Kourtney Kardashian during her oldest daughter's tense feud with her rival sister Kim. During the preview of an upcoming episode of The Kardashians, Kris was shown delivering a toast at Kim's 42nd birthday dinner, telling Kim, "You are pretty much the leader of our family." And although this is true, this caused Kourtney to look at Travis obviously annoyed with the fact that Kris made the comment. This came about during the feud Kourtney was having with Kim about the aforementioned Dolce & Gabbana drama, and this comment made by Kris made it clear whose side the momager was on. Our runner-up is Khloe Kardashian. The second of her sisters on the list come from Khloe's comments revealing she won't let her daughter True Thompson have sleepovers at her auntie Kourtney's house. This is more than comfort levels. Of course you get to choose where your child goes, but admitting this publicly puts a smear on Kourtney's name. However, Kourtney knew that this was going to come up because she asked Khloe when she was hooked up to a lie detector test. During the lie detector interview hosted by Vanity Fair, Kourtney grilled Khloe from everything about her ex-partner Tristan to what she thought about her wedding dress. Then she inquired about the aforementioned sleepover, saying, "Are you ever going to let True sleep over at my house?" To which Khloe replied, "Probably not." Kourtney then said, "And is this because we have too much fun?" To which Khloe simply said, "No." Kourtney replying, "What is the reason then?" And Khloe saying, "I don't think we have enough time on this show for what the reason is." Previously, Khloe explained on the Ellen DeGeneres show that she likes True to have a lot of boundaries, and it comes from being a strict parent. She also added that not all of her siblings are the same, but neglected to say which ones were worse than others, although it seems pretty clear that she may not trust Kourtney all that much. Our number 1 spot goes to Kourtney Kardashian's ex-boyfriend Yoon's Benjamin, who she dated for a year in 2018. After Kourtney branded him as toxic and negative on her show, while in a discussion with Khloe, who asked, "Do you think he may have been a bit negative for you?" Kourtney saying, "Yeah." She also admitted that her ex still texts her occasionally, but added, "I'm feeling really content with my own way of life." After hearing this, Yoon's felt the need to take to social media to defend himself. In a text post he made to his Instagram story, he said he made a vague reference to the words said about him and said, "Do yourself a favor, surround yourself with those who speak of visions, ideas, goals, and growth, not those who sit and gossip about others. And if you do find yourself in that situation, excuse yourself and walk away. The game ends when you choose to leave such a gathering."
Number 10, Howard Stern. The radio host slammed the couple and labeled them as whiny B-words after he said that he had to sit through the painful first 3 episodes of their Netflix series. Stern said, "I wouldn't watch it, but my wife wants to watch it. You know, we have shows we watch, but they come off like such whiny B-words. I gotta tell you, man, I just don't get it." He went on to say that he understands that Prince Harry is angry at the monarchy for what happened with his mother. Then he says, "But Jesus Christ, when those two start whining about where, and they don't like me, and Meghan wants to be beloved in this country, but man oh man, it's like the Kardashians except boring." Stern then brought up the privacy issue and said, "It's just weird to watch two people who keep screaming, 'We want our privacy. We wanted the press to leave us alone.' And then what is there special that they put out on Netflix showing you them and their kids and their life?" Funnily enough, this is one of the main criticisms that the couple seem to be getting. So much so that they have now had to release a statement through their press secretary saying that they never wanted privacy in the first place, claiming that very narrative was intended to trap them into silence. So apparently, their decision to step back never had anything to do with wanting to be out of the spotlight. Number 9, Kathy Griffin. The comedian made it clear that she was not exactly impressed by the way Meghan and Harry described the way they met in the new Netflix series. Kathy said, "They met on freaking Instagram. Prince Harry was just flipping through Instagram looking for a hot brunette like every other guy in LA." Then she said something pretty shocking. She jokingly compared Harry to Armie Hammer, who has recently been embroiled in allegations. Kathy said, "I'm disappointed. I thought this was going to be a great love story. Prince Harry's like Armie freaking Hammer. What if Prince Harry's the new House of Hammer?" Although she insisted that she wasn't trashing the couple, only questioning them, she went on to criticize their attitude and the British monarchy altogether. Kathy thinks that the Sussexes are acting like they can do so much good in the world, but went on to ask, when's the last time a royal did anything that helped the world? Quote, "Meghan kinda acts like she was never on Deal or No Deal. And when I say she kinda acts like, I mean they don't acknowledge it at all, which is hilarious to me. You don't think it's funny when Meghan acts like she doesn't know what hair and makeup is?" So obviously she wasn't buying Meghan's claim that she had no guidance whatsoever when she entered the royal family. Number 8, Sharon Osbourne. Following the release of the latest trailer for the second part of their Netflix docuseries, the former talk show host lashed out at Harry and Meghan, telling them to move on and get a life. Sharon appeared on Piers Morgan Uncensored, where she weighed in on their controversial new project, saying, "It was all very very distasteful, Piers. I was totally bored by the whining. The whining, the whining. It is just so horribly disrespectful and just a whine fest. I mean, is the book going to be the same thing? Are there going to be no positive points? Sharon even went on to accuse the couple of having a deal with Netflix before they stepped down from royal duties. She said, and that whole thing of him filming himself on the Freedom Flight, they must have had that deal with Netflix done months before they ever left. So the whole thing was a setup. Unless you had a deal, why would you have done that? Filming yourself on the plane and all of that, doing a video diary. Sharon felt that the series was a good opportunity for them to talk about their charity, but instead they chose to focus on how mistreated they were by the public, the press, and the royal family. She summed it all up by saying, and do you know what? You have a great life. You have a beautiful family, and you are so much in love. Move on, get a life, and move on. Number 7, Bethany Frankel. The Real Housewives of New York City star posted a TikTok review of the controversial new series after the first 3 episodes dropped on December the 8th. She said, "It didn't hold my attention. It seemed like they really wanted to be humanized. They wanted us to know that they are real human beings. We believe that you are really in love, and we believe that you're really human beings." Frankel went on to claim that Meghan just wanted to hang out with major celebrities and gain notoriety from the famous family, and that was the real motivation behind her moving to California. She said, "I feel like this entire documentary was about how famous we are. It was relentless. If you are being trolled by the media, the royal family gave you the advice to say nothing because that's the advice that most very famous people are given. If you add gasoline to a fire, the fire blows up even bigger." It felt like Meghan in particular just kept wanting to tell us more. The reality star felt that the show was a major cash grab and something that Meghan and Harry decided to do because they were already causing chaos by leaving the family. Frankel also said they really wanted to push the Princess Diana aspect, the comparison, and I feel like it achieves the opposite result because Diana was there 5, 6, 7 times longer than Meghan and entered the monarchy when she was just 19. It's just not the same comparison. Number 6, Piers Morgan. Not long after Netflix released the second trailer, the presenter fired a series of tweets launching a new attack on Harry and Meghan. He wrote, "King Charles needs to strip these 2 poisonous rats of all remaining titles and ties to the royal family, and needs to do it fast before they destroy the monarchy." Piers also targeted Netflix directly after they promoted the second part of the series. He wrote, "It's not a global event, it's a weekly trashing of their families." He then made another post saying, "Imagine being the royal family, still grieving the loss of your great matriarch just a few weeks ago, and now having to endure 2 relatives who deserted the royal duty and Britain for riches in America, publicly trashing you as racist and liars after a week. It's so disgusting." Earlier this week, Piers also compared the series to Keeping Up with the Kardashians and labeled it boring. But by far the point that he's taken the most issue with was that Meghan was compared to Princess Diana, which he called sickening and said, "Having known both women, I can say with absolute certainty they have nothing in common whatsoever." What he's talking about is the moment that Harry said, "So much of what Meghan is and how she is so similar to my mom. She has the same compassion, the same empathy. She has the same confidence. She has this warmth about her." And later on he says, "The pain and suffering of women marrying into this institution, this feeding frenzy, I was terrified and I didn't want history to repeat itself." Number 5, Megyn Kelly. The former Fox News presenter appeared on GB News and criticized Meghan Markle in particular for her apparent history of lies. Kelly compared the narrative of the documentary to Meghan's past statements and said, "Look at how she lied about the cast of The Lion King, who allegedly said that when she married Harry, they celebrated in South Africa like they did when Mandela was freed. And the lie that baby Archie was almost killed where they were. That was a lie too." Kelly called the Sussexes dishonest when reacting to the paparazzi photos that appeared in the trailer. She said, "I realized that Netflix or the director would have put together the trailer, but Meghan and Harry approved it," insinuating that they would have seen those pictures beforehand and understood that they were being misused. According to Kelly, Meghan picks a very specific incident or event and aggrandizes it to make herself either look like the victim or look like she's way more adored than she actually is. The presenter then brought up several photos used in the series that showed the Duchess crying and said, "I have never taken a photo of myself crying and certainly never released it to the public saying, 'Please feel sorry for me.' They want people to feel sorry for them, which is the most unattractive piece of this couple." So clearly she doesn't believe Meghan and Harry when they spoke about the turmoil they went through before leaving the royal family. Number 4, Holly Willoughby. Speaking about the Sussexes on This Morning Today show, Holly disagreed with Meghan's claim that the royal family is overly formal towards one another, even behind closed doors. She said, said, to suggest somebody is a bit cold is a really horrible thing to try and brush away. We don't know Kate, but from what we see of her, the way somebody is with their own children, I think you get a pretty good idea. What she was reacting to was the way that Meghan said that she wore ripped jeans and was barefoot when Prince William and Kate came over for dinner, and how surprised she was by their formalities, because she called herself a hugger. To which Holly said, I think suggesting that anyone within the royal family isn't a hugger, I don't believe that. We saw in the footage of Prince Charles talking to the kids, being normal. Just because you're posh doesn't mean you can't hug someone, it's crazy. Although she did make it clear that she understood where Harry and Meghan were coming from when they spoke about their desire to have a private life. She said, what I got from the documentary was that their private life was stepping away from royal duty, but it's not private in the way that we see it, and maybe that's where the confusion comes from. It's the first time I understood, oh, that's what you mean by a private life. It's the opposite of public royal duties. So perhaps Harry and Meghan simply wanted freedom and not necessarily what we would consider privacy. Number 3, Gemma Collins. The reality star said, I've got to be honest, I really like Meghan and Harry. The only thing I would say is that they do need to be loyal to the family. They shouldn't be airing any sort of dirty laundry in public. In the new clip of Harry and Meghan, the couple makes shocking claims against Prince William, alleging that palace officials were happy to lie to protect his brother, but were never willing to tell the truth to protect him and Meghan. Harry also claimed that the couple faced institutional gaslighting from the family. Aside from these allegations, Gemma took issue with one particular comment that Meghan made in her interview with Oprah Winfrey last year. She simply did not like the fact that she referred to the family as the firm, and said, I thought that was a bit near the mark. Well, to be honest, I thought, Jesus, you've got some balls. That's the only bit I didn't like, I've got to be honest. But Gemma did acknowledge that the public only get told certain information and might not get to see the whole picture because of the way the documentary was edited together. To sum it up, she said, look, I think she's made her mistake and she should have never called the family the firm. But Harry looks happy, and is everyone going to be tuning in to watch it? Yes. And I just think they're not in the royal family now, let them get on with it. Number 2, Dan Wooten. The GB News presenter did not mince words when he tweeted, for a couple who claim they care about their privacy, in less than half an hour, Harry and Meghan have already shared with the world their private text messages, private photos from their dates, private video diaries, and private clips of their son. He also pointed out the hypocrisy that Harry was using clips of Princess Diana's infamous Panorama interview that William himself has tried so hard to get banned. Dan was especially critical about the moment that Harry said, Meghan sacrificed everything she ever knew to join me in my world, and then pretty soon after that, I ended up sacrificing everything that I know to join her in her world. Dan said this statement made it sound as though Meghan and Harry had both joined some kind of cult and cut out any family members who challenged them or anyone who disagreed with them. This was one of the most telling quotes of the docuseries, because Harry clearly believes that both he and Meghan gave up certain things to be with each other. She gave up freedom and the ability to live her life how she wanted, and then obviously he ended up giving up his royal duties and separated from his family. Later on, he also brought up the situation with her father Thomas and said, of course, it's incredibly sad what happened. She had a father before all of this, and now she doesn't have a father, and I shouldered that, because if Meg wasn't with me, then her dad would still be her dad. And coming in at number 1, Kirsty Alsop. The Channel 4 presenter tweeted, it's totally okay to leave the family firm, but don't try and crash the share price after you've left. H&M wanted to have their cake and eat it too, and that's not how it works. If you want to be royal, work for it. If you don't, you're welcome to be like the rest of us. Alsop even compared the couple's Netflix venture to an X-rated movie that one might put out there for revenge, implying that they chose to air their grievances with the palace in the most public way possible in order to inflict the most damage. Funnily enough, this wasn't even the first time that she questioned their motives. Back in September, the presenter addressed the public's perception of Meghan and Harry's return to the UK as they were honoring the late Queen Elizabeth II. After they joined William and Kate in a rare reunion, Alsop took the opportunity to respond to the headlines from the event. She pointed out that the couple's treatment of the Queen had been a cause of serious concern for some sections of the British public, and that's why they were not very well liked in the UK. And it seems like Meghan has once again been accused of disrespecting the Queen. In a video clip from the second episode, she was seen laughing uncontrollably as she described how Harry introduced her to his late grandmother. When she curtsied dramatically, many people felt that she was mocking Harry's family traditions and cultural beliefs. So it's no wonder that clip drew a huge amount of controversy.
Number 10, Charlie Puth. Back in 2016, Selena and Charlie Puth struck up a friendship when they collaborated on the song We Don't Talk Anymore. After they performed it live and they featured in each other's Snapchat videos, romance rumors started doing the rounds, seeing that Selena had just broken up with Justin Bieber Bieber at the time. Charlie then denied the rumors and tweeted, "She's just my friend guys, lol, relax," to which Selena agreed. But it turns out that Charlie was not cool with being stuck in the friend zone, and he was deep in the trenches. 1 year later, he released a song called Attention after Selena got back with Justin. The lyrics of the song talked about a woman stringing him along and only wanting attention from him whenever she can get it. In 2018, Charlie then admitted that it was all about her, and he said that they had a very short-lived but very impactful relationship which really messed him up. Quote, "I'm trying to put this in the best way possible. It wasn't like I was the only person on her mind, and I think I knew that was going on." He claimed that she didn't want to sleep with him and kept trying to manipulate and string him along. Quote, "We would just be talking in a hotel and she would be like, 'You want to sleep over?' I would be like, 'Yes, I'm gonna get it in,' and then nothing would happen," which is totally fine, but after like the 5th time of that happening, I knew what she was doing. Number 9, Kylie Jenner. The reality star was involved in the infamous drama between Hailey Bieber and Selena Gomez earlier this year. It was believed that she teamed up with Hailey to bully Selena when she made a post saying that she accidentally laminated her eyebrows too much. In what looked like a response, Kylie posted a close-up photo of her and Hailey's eyebrows with the caption, "This was an accident." Fans immediately took this as an attempt to mock Selena, and they called them out for bullying her, and things only escalated from there. Kylie did her best to deny that she was shading Selena, but once the post made its way around social media, there was no stopping the narrative from forming. Things only got worse when Selena responded to the drama and hit back online. She commented on a series of TikToks calling out Hailey and Kylie for their mean girl behavior. In the fallout from the scandal, Hailey lost more than 1 million followers on social media, around 900,000 followers on Instagram, and more than 350,000 on TikTok. Kylie also lost about 1 million followers on Instagram. But the opposite happened to Selena. She ended up gaining 10 million followers on Instagram and went on to reclaim the throne as the most followed woman on the platform. Number 8, Von Ford. Another person who managed to get dragged into the online drama was Hailey Bieber's stylist Von Ford, and you can pretty much guess who he sided with. Of course, he was going to support his number 1 celebrity client, but no one really expected him to lash out at Selena the way he did. He posted an Instagram story on his now private account where he simply wrote, "I hate Selena Gomez." According to Von, Instagram removed the story because he posted a screenshot of the notice which said that it went against their community guidelines. So it's possible that someone reported him for hatred or bullying on the platform. And you don't have to be a Selena supporter to know why his post got taken down. But Von was determined to let it be known that he does not like Selena. He posted a follow-up story and wrote, "I said what I said." Von Ford has worked with Hailey Bieber amongst other celebrity clients, and he's even had his work with her shared on the account. She was also reportedly listed as one of the clients on his official website. But ever since he was called out, that particular paragraph has been removed from the About section of his website. Number 7, Gigi Hadid. This one is more of a case of breaking girl code than anything else. About 2 months ago, rumors went around that Selena was dating Zayn Malik after the two of them were recently seen holding hands and kissing while they were on a date in New York City. Fans were really pumped at the news because they've been wanting them to get together for more than 10 years. But Gigi did not feel that same excitement. In response to the news, an inside source spoke to Us Weekly and said, "Gigi has no problem whatsoever with Zayn dating, and as long as he is happy and stable and continues to be a good co-parent to Kai, she's fine with whoever he goes out with." The source went on to say that Gigi has moved on from Zayn and is having fun while she's dating right now. They were basically saying that she has her own thing going on and doesn't really care who he decides to be with. Gigi and Zayn dated on and off for 7 years before finally splitting up in 2021, and they share a 2-year-old daughter together named Kai. So of course, she would feel some type of way about one of her friends getting together with her ex and the father of her child. Number 6, Bella Hadid. For years, rumors were swirling about a Selena Gomez and Bella Hadid feud. They were reported to have bad blood after they were both romantically linked to The Weeknd. Bella dated him on and off from 2015 to 2019, and during one of their breaks, he briefly dated Selena from January to October of 2017, before then going right back to Bella. So in this equation, Selena seemed to be the one who was stepping on Bella's toes. To make matters worse, during that time frame, the two women followed and unfollowed each other on social media, which only sparked more feud rumors. Back in 2019, a source told In Touch, quote, "Selena's upset that Bella still holds a grudge against her. Yes, she hooked up with The Weeknd while the model was still with him, but that was years ago. Bella sees things differently though. Selena broke girl code, which was not cool." At the time, the singer commented "stunning" on one of Bella's Instagram posts, which she then deleted. But when fans told her that the entire photo was deleted, she responded by commenting "that sucks," before begging her fans not to be hurtful and apologizing for the misunderstanding. After all of that though, the good news is that they seem to have well and truly moved on from this feud, and both women are clearly happy in their own lives right now. Number 5. Kendall Jenner. This one goes back to a widely talked about internet theory called Dubaiigate. This is about the trip that Selena took with Gigi and Kendall back in 2014. On the outside, it seemed like they were going over there just to celebrate the new year, but some people believe that it was all planned with bad intentions. The theory is that Gigi and Kendall took Selena to Dubai that year just so that Hailey could spend time with Justin. At that point, Selena and Justin were on a break, so they weren't completely split up. The idea is that Gigi and Kendall were both in on this plan to try to give Hailey a leg up. Now, this would normally be just another internet theory, except for the fact that Kylie Jenner herself actually favorited the video on TikTok. So now people think that this is totally legit, and the girls had some kind of secret plan to keep Selena away from Justin. Sadly, this would make a certain kind of sense because Hailey was always very close with Gigi and Kendall. These kinds of theories really ramped up when the online beef started between Selena and Hailey. Personally, I think the whole thing still sounds like a little bit of a stretch, but I can see why people would come up with this kind of theory. Number 4. Justin Prentice. The 13 Reasons Why actor found himself in a lot of trouble after appearing to have made several comments targeting Selena Gomez in May of 2017. From his official Instagram account, Justin apparently said, "So glad you produce our show. Hashtag those who can't act produce. Hashtag know your place boo boo." Of course, that left fans completely stunned at how he could say such a thing. He later claimed that his account was hacked, but that excuse was always going to raise suspicions. It's possible that he didn't like Selena Gomez as a person, given that he had the chance to meet her while filming the show. If you didn't know, Selena served as an executive producer on 13 Reasons Why. She was originally set to star as a lead Hannah Baker in a 2011 film adaptation, but that was shelved in favor of a television series that Netflix ordered in 2015. Although many were questioning Justin's hacking story, it seemed to be a lot more legit when a similar thing happened to his co-star Ross Butler. Possibly the same hacker left a gross comment on one of The Weeknd's photos with Selena, telling him that he needed to keep an eye on her because Ross supposedly saw her getting fresh on set. So whoever wrote that is just a creep who has clearly had it out for her. Number 3. Madison Beer. The singer found herself in hot water when she dined with Hailey Bieber out in LA, while she supposedly had a close friendship with Selena in the past. While it's unclear whether Madison and Selena are still cool with one another, fans didn't like the fact that she was spending time with Hailey at all. Some even went as far as calling her a traitor. But the thing is, she's been friends with Hailey a lot longer than she has with Selena. Just after all, it kind of reminds you of something that you would do in that situation. Number 2. Miley Cyrus. Miley and Selena have a history together that goes back more than a decade. They both feuded over the same guy, Nick Jonas. He dated both of them during his teenage years, and his romance with Selena was longer lasting than his fling with Miley. Some say that left her feeling a little heartbroken over the whole thing, and ever since then they haven't exactly been the best of friends. Back in 2014, in the middle of her Bangers World Tour in Milan, Italy, Miley went the extra mile to entertain fans. But some say that she took this one a little too far. She grabbed a cardboard cutout of Selena while singing her song F You. Why there was a cardboard cutout of Selena Gomez in the first place, we may never know. Though of course the audience loved it since they no doubt supported Miley. These days the two of them seem to be in a much better place, and a lot of that comes down to the fact that time does heal all wounds, but it also helps that they're not going after the same guy anymore. And coming in at number 1, Ariana Grande. While this is more of a rumor, for many years it was believed that Selena and Ariana weren't exactly friends. Fans are well aware of Ariana's close friendship with Miley Cyrus, so by extension it seems as though she wouldn't be welcoming to the idea of being best friends with Selena either. Although this idea circulated for a while, there was never very much solid proof that they didn't like each other. Also, last year Ariana showed appreciation for Selena after she decided to use her song My Hair to show her morning routine on TikTok. Selena wrote morning routine before makeup, and she tagged her beauty line Rare Beauty. She showed off some products from the brand and talked about how she gets ready and takes care of her skin. And while Ariana is also known for having her very own beauty collection, she took a moment to show her support for Rare Beauty and thanked Selena for using her song by reposting her TikTok on her own Instagram account, adding emojis in the shape of a heart.
Number 10. Francia Raisa. Francia has had her ups and downs with her friendship with Selena, but she really came through for the star when she was struggling with her life-threatening health issues due to having complications with lupus. Francia donated a kidney to Selena during a severe time of need for the star. She said at the time, "There aren't words to describe how I can possibly thank my beautiful friend Francia Raisa. She gave me the ultimate ultimate gift and sacrifice by donating her kidney to me. But since this amazing moment, many have wondered about their friendship more recently. Back in 2022, Selena shared in an interview how hard it is to connect with people in the industry. She revealed to Rolling Stone, "I never fit in with the cool group of girls that are celebrities. My only friend in the industry really is Taylor Swift." Francia reportedly commented on this post and wrote, "Interesting," which she later deleted. Selena then looked to respond to her and commented on a TikTok that was describing the interview and wrote, "Sorry I didn't mention every person I know." Since this, it's been a strange situation between the two, but Francia is finally speaking out. After not really going into detail about the status of her friendship with Selena, she has shared that she is getting cyberbullied currently. She told TMZ that the comments that are being made about her have been really bad. She explained that she doesn't understand why she's getting bullied over Selena, considering Selena has a whole nonprofit dedicated to mental health. She told the press, "The fact that I'm now being bullied as I am, it's messing with me mentally. To me, it's not what anyone wants for someone." Going on to say, she's literally out there saying, "Please stop." So I don't understand others that are also being antagonized online. Number 9, The Weeknd. Selena and The Weeknd were first rumored to be dating in 2017 after being spotted on a dinner date. It was looking like a whirlwind romance when the two flew to Italy together just a few weeks after their first date. They announced their relationship not long after in an Instagram post, and fans were loving it. The couple continued traveling quite a bit together, but eventually called it quits after just 10 months. An insider shared they have been going back and forth for a few months about their relationship. It's been hard with him being on tour and her shooting in New York. That wasn't easy on them. When Selena was talking about her relationship not long after it ended, she shared, "Something that I'm really proud of is that there's a true friendship. I truly have never experienced anything like that in my life. But was that just one-sided?" After The Weeknd came out with the song "I Thought I Knew You," fans immediately thought it was about Selena. In the first verse, he basically implies he was a rebound from Justin Bieber, but that he's over it now. He then goes on to allege that the person he's talking about was playing the victim in the story. He sings that this person plays the victim every time that it comes back to hit them 2 times too. Could he be talking about how after they broke up, Justin got engaged with Hailey and he got back with Bella Hadid at the time? When the song came out, fans had their thoughts. One Twitter user wrote, "His songs lately are trash and just dissing Selena. Can't he leave her alone and stop being immature?" Another fan was more on his side though and wrote, "The Weeknd ended Selena Gomez when he called her out for victimizing herself because of all the drama she starts. We stan." Number 8, Lorde. Back in 2013, Lorde very boldly called out Selena and her music. She shared her thoughts on Selena's song "Come and Get It" and how it portrays women. She said, "I love pop music on a sonic level, but I'm a feminist and the theme of her song is when you're ready, come and get it from me. I'm sick of women being portrayed this way." Later, she was asked about this statement during an interview with MTV, and she said, "I think there's a funny culture in music that is haters." Going on to add that if you have an opinion about something in music which isn't 100% good, you're a hater, even if you have a perfectly reasonable ground for the critique. Selena was asked about Lorde's opinion on her music and responded by saying, "I think she's super talented and I think it's awesome. But I think at the same time that feminism and this specific thing is very sensitive, because in my opinion, it's not feminism if you're tearing down another artist." Not long after this interview, she reportedly stopped covering Lorde's song Royals during her tour and replaced it with Katy Perry's song Roar. After this, Selena ended up having an interview with 17. She explained, "I'm going to support her whether she likes me or not because she's doing great things. Someday I will see her and we'll be cool." Whether Lorde feels the same way though is still up for debate. Number 7, Chris Rock. Chris was pretty open about his opinion on Selena with a tweet he made back in 2016. Chris posted a photo of Selena wearing a gold bodysuit that was somewhat similar to Beyoncé's World Tour outfit. The photo had the caption that read, "When you buy your formation tickets on Craigslist." Chris added on and wrote, "This is true." Selena has a pretty massive fan base though, and they quickly came to her defense. One user wrote, "I hope you feel good about yourself now. A grown man has to slam a young woman to make himself feel better. That's sad, Chris." Another wrote, "If it's a joke, it's not funny." This whole public diss came as a surprise to Chris and Selena fans. Just a few years ago, the two of them had posed for photos together with Chris's children at the Kids' Choice Awards. Selena never responded to this comment though, so it's difficult to know where the two really stand now. Number 6, Von Ford. Von Ford is a celebrity stylist who has recently reacted to the drama going going on between the two celebrities, Hailey Bieber and Selena Gomez, and it's definitely pitted him against Selena and her fan base. Vaughn posted a story that wrote, "I hate Selena." Fans were speculating as to why he was even getting involved in the first place and why he was being so blunt about it. He then shared a screenshot of the post that was taken down due to harassment and wrote, "I said what I said." Since this post, the stylist has made his account private, and even though Hailey Bieber doesn't follow him, it didn't take fans long to figure out the two were friends. Vaughn had photos of working with Hailey on his Instagram account at the time, and the posts were made public. Hailey was also listed as one of his clients on his official website. But of course, in the midst of the drama between the two stars and Vaughn Ford's very public stance, she has since been removed from the website. When fans saw that a friend of Hailey was the one publicly coming for Selena, one commented, "It's always Hailey's friends." And another added that Vaughn most likely won't have a job after this. But others seemed to be more on Vaughn's side and supported his move to share his opinion. One Twitter user wrote, "There are valid reasons he feels this way. Guess why? She is rude, mean, nasty girl, and a wolf in sheep's clothing." Number 5, hacked. Justin Frietens and Ross Butler were reportedly hacked when they wrote some opinions about Selena, but some fans aren't so sure. The hacker left some pretty brutal messages on Selena Gomez's page when she was producing the series 13 Reasons Why, which Ross and Justin were both in. A comment from Ross's account was left on the Weeknd's post, who was dating Selena at the time, and it read, "Yo, hold on to your girl, she was getting a little fresh on set." From Justin's account, the comment that was left on Selena's social media said, "So glad you produced our show," with the hashtag "Those who can't act produce. Know your place, boo-boo." After this, they both got control back and tweeted that they were hacked and how they have nothing but love for those who were targeted. Though it really does look like they were just hacked in this unfortunate situation, some Instagram users are forever suspicious. What do you guys think? I have to admit that would be a pretty bold and interesting move if they weren't hacked. Number 4, Stefano Gabbana. The Dolce & Gabbana co-founder had some pretty harsh things to say about Selena back in 2018. Stefano has been known to be a bit controversial with his opinions in the past, as well as his fashion label having controversy surrounding it as well. But after making a comment about Selena out of nowhere, Selena's fans weren't having it. In a photo which showed Selena in 5 different red dresses, clearly prompting fans to pick their favorite, Stefano commented, "She's so ugly." Fans were quick to have Selena's back though. One fan wrote, "Your brand is lame. It's a pure joke and nobody cares anymore." Another added, "Shame on you for online bullying. Doesn't matter if one people see it or one person, it's bullying." He didn't seem to care that people were mad about his comment though and just wrote back, "Ha ha ha." Selena clearly saw this though and was seen at New York Fashion Week with the word ugly written in jewels in her hair. Number 3, Justin Bieber. Justin has kept pretty quiet during this whole thing with Selena and his wife Hailey Bieber, but did he publicly shade her at his birthday party? At his party, he looked to have handed out lighters to his guests which were engraved, and it quickly caught everyone's attention. It read, "I'm so thankful I didn't end up with what I thought I wanted." People began speculating that this was for sure about Selena and was in support of his wife during the drama where Hailey was getting a bunch of heat. Hailey has been considered a rebound by many fans of Jelena for years now, which Justin has repeatedly denied. He responded to a message about him using Hailey to get back at Selena back in 2019 and wrote, "Why would I dedicate my whole life to someone in marriage to get back at my ex?" Going on to say, "I absolutely loved and love Selena. She will always hold a place in my heart, but I'm head over heels in love with my wife." But looks like maybe with these lighters, he is trying to set the record straight with how he really feels about Selena. Number 2, with Demi Lovato. Demi and Selena's friendship goes all the way back to when they first made an appearance on Barney and Friends back in 2002. The two became very public best friends while they were teenagers, and fans loved to see it. But by 2020, Demi revealed that the two were no longer friends. Reportedly, their falling out was due to their personal struggles over the years. A source close to Demi came forward and shared why it really ended on Demi's side. They shared, "Demi felt like Selena wasn't there for her and that the friendship wasn't reciprocated." Demi did share in an interview with Harper's Bazaar that she has love for Selena, but they aren't friends. Just days after this interview, an Instagram account was leaked which was filled with mean jokes about Selena. It was suspected that this was Demi's private Instagram account, what she has denied. It was reported at the time that it's a fake profile that she doesn't use, and the photos that were making fun of Selena were edited and photoshopped. Regardless as if it was her profile or not, it really does look like this friendship may never be saved. And at number 1, of course, we have Hailey Bieber. We all know the drama between Selena and Hailey, which has been ongoing through the years, but really came to a head with the eyebrow fiasco. From Hailey reportedly copying Selena over the years to reportedly making fun of her online with her famous friends, I can't imagine that these two will hang out much after this. But with the backlash Hailey was receiving from Selena fans, she turned to Selena to help her with the outrage. Selena spoke out out in her defense, essentially telling her fans to leave Hailey alone. Hailey then came out with a statement on her Instagram which said, "I want to thank Selena for speaking out, as she and I have been discussing the last few weeks to move past this ongoing narrative between her and I. This is one feud that I think will definitely take some time to heal, as Selena fans are still coming in pretty hot in Hailey's comments."